Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we about to get into somebody's business, y'all. When I tell y'all, I have been harboring this message for the past almost 10 hours. And I didn't want to come and share at that time because I was like, no, I need to do it when I do it with my guppies. All right. So anyway, good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift. Good evening to my international family. What's up to everybody who is watching behind the scenes on TikTok this morning? If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, go ahead and drop a star in the chat. If you're a returning friend, go ahead and put that fish in the chat. We love to recognize our new and our returning friends over here to the sea. Good morning, everybody. Listen, today's agenda consists of a brief energy cleanse, which is sound bowl, and a brief breath meditation, followed by some divine insights and downloads. And I did talk about that early on, where I have a little bit of both for y'all this morning. Then we're going to get into the overall energy reading, which covers the insights and observations. Then I will confirm everything I told you with the tarot cards, okay? And then I'll bookmark everything with what I think is going to be the final possible outcome, all right? Now, some of y'all been up all night dealing with people on their funky energy at work. Some of y'all been tossing and turning and can't sleep. Some of you guys have been just getting in from the club. Some of y'all been up arguing with folks. Either way it goes, if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want you to find your favorite cleaning utensils, scrub brushes, toothbrushes, wig brushes, whatever kind of paintbrush you can find, whatever type of brush you can find. I want you to find it and drop that emoji in the chat, because when I tell you, this is like the best part of the reading is just level setting and coming into one. And I'm telling you, each and every time my feet be tingling. So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want you to go ahead and find those brushes and put them in the chat. And here we go. Before we move forward, let's take a minute to just level set and ground ourselves. And the simplest way of us doing this is through breath work and sound. Okay, we're going to take in a deep breath and exhale very slowly. All right, with each inhale, we want to be able to invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, we want to be able to release any tension or distractions. And we're going to do this 3 times. All right, so here we go. Each and every time my feet start to tingle. All right, guys. Now, we're going to reset any stagnant energy and come one into presence. And we're going to do that with the help of our girl, Boo Boo. All right, here we go. Divine Spirit, I call upon you and ask you for your guidance and your wisdom during this reading. Please surround me with your light and your love. Help me to receive clear and accurate messages. May this reading bring insight, clarity, and understanding for the highest good of all of those who are involved and for the harm of none. Amen, 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 amen. All right, y'all. If y'all ready to get into this reading, I want y'all to get ready to find those, I don't know, coffee cups, tea kettles, something like that. Put your favorite, whatever drinking beverage y'all look drinking on right now. I want you to put it down in the chat. It's time for some fun, safe, and honest interaction. Remember, this is a safe space, and your honesty and transparency is appreciated. We have all been a fool in love before, and today just may be your turn. Ain't nobody judging you, all right? Let's get ready for this time. I want you to go ahead and put your favorite drinking emoji down in the chat. It's Sunday morning. For me, it's coffee. For you, it might be vodka. Whatever it is, go ahead and drop it in the chat because it's time for us to get into it. And I promise you, I'm cooking with something today, okay? I've told y'all I've been holding on to this message for dear life. So, if you're ready to get into it, here we go. Now, each day I always take a minute to reflect upon the immediate energies of what spirit is showing me, whether it be through divine messages and earworms. And today I have both a divine message and an earworm. And this is not an isolated thing, okay? And so the first thing that I want to start with saying is Spirit said to me yesterday, when people show you who they are, you got to believe it. And I know sometimes that's very daunting for us to believe because we want to see the best in everybody. There is not a soul living on this planet that does not seek, crave, or desire divine love and connection. It is not. It is not. Everyone wants to be connected. Everybody wants to feel loved. Everyone wants to feel valued and appreciated. Okay? Everybody does. All right? There is not a person on this planet that does not seek that type of connection. However, how we go about getting those connections can vary. And that's where a lot of the problems come into play because people do things to manipulate, they trick, they deceive, which is all a form of manipulation, right? Because if you knew the full truth of what it is, you would not accept nor tolerate the things that you accept and tolerate voluntarily. That's what makes a liar so deceptive because they're luring you in under false pretenses.
Damn.
But here's the thing. When people show you who they are, you got to believe it. Now, I understand that when you're getting to know people in the foundational stages, you know, miscommunications do happen. There are things that go wayward and things that prohibit, you know, conversations from moving forward and all of those different things like that, right? I absolutely get it. But when someone continuously and very much so intentionally does the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, at what point do you accept that this is who this person is? And at what point do you decide that it is important for you to believe what you're seeing? And as I was sitting there noodling on this message, okay, I heard this song pop into my head. And I haven't heard it in a while, but it's a very, very catchy song. It's by Steve Lacy. It's called I Wish I Knew. So it goes, I wish I knew you wanted me. And the verse goes, what you do, made a move, could have made a move. If I knew I'd be with you, is it too late to pursue? I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Kinda mad, I didn't take a stab at it. Thought you were too good for me, my dear. Never gave it the time, my dear. It's okay for things to happen. Reasons that I think are sure. Yeah. Okay. I wish I knew you wanted me, right? So the thing is that it feels like someone is frustrated, okay, with trying to have these connections with people that are seemingly missing pieces and are not connecting. And oftentimes we are in situations where it is truly just a misconnection. You know, the chemistry is there, the communication is not. You know, like there's a missing piece of that, right? And when I think about building relationships, I always think about it to have 5 things. You know, you have to have connection, you have to have communication, you have to have consistency, you have to have chemistry, the companionship, you got to want to be around them, right? So when you think about those 5 different elements, if there's a piece of that that is missing, it could just be a missed opportunity, especially if someone is not trying to put in the effort or the energy into building this connection the same way that you're putting the effort and energy into building this connection. And like I said, it's not a person or alive, an animal that doesn't want to be appreciated. You know, even animals, dogs, you know, they seek affection. I watched 2 birds flying around yesterday chasing each other. You know, like, everything alive wants to be admired and respected. And you are of no difference. And if you're sitting here playing games, trying to figure out what someone's thoughts are, how they're feeling, you know, it's too much. It's too much. Nobody should ever leave you in question. Somebody who wants to be with you is never going to leave you in limbo. They're never going to leave you questioning. They're never going to have you guesstimating. I mean, sure, there's always a curiosity, right? But the person who is really, truly supposed to be for you is going to show up in that capacity to the fullness. And there will be no questions. There will be no doubts. There will be no nothing. There will be none of that. But for some reason, people like to play these games where they like to leave you disillusioned and confused and confounded and not sure yourself. And what I'm here to tell you today is, if you find yourself in any type of relationship like that, then that is not a healthy relationship for you. You don't deserve the right to feel this way at all. At all. And when people show you who they are, you got to believe it. You got to believe it. All right. Now, I don't know who this is for, but I feel like we're going somewhere. So if you feel like this message is resonating with you so far, go ahead and drop the fire down in the chat, because it's time for us to get into this overall energy reading. What does this have to do with anything? How does this have to apply to you? And whose business are we finna get into? All right. That's what I want to know. Who business we finna get into? So if you're ready to get into this reading, I want to see those fire emojis, because it's time for us to go. Here we go. Now, when understanding energy, it's important to know that spirit speaks to us in an abundant of ways. Sometimes it's through signs, synchronicities, wonders, coincidences, colors, numbers. It's a plethora of ways that spirit can speak to you. The question is, are you listening when he's talking to you? Okay. Now, the overall energy reading for today is what? Let it go. Now, I find this very interesting that this is the first card to come out. Let it go. Because if you heard what I was saying just a minute ago about there being a potential misconnection, I want you to put the ear in the chat. Go ahead and drop the ear in the chat. Now, what's funny to me about this card, most importantly, is the color green. And I mentioned like a day or so ago that I have been exceptionally attracted to the color green lately. Okay. This person could be an earth sign. Okay. Possibly. But we also, remember I just mentioned to you guys too that I saw 2 birds chasing themselves yesterday. Y'all heard me when I said that? On this card, y'all, there are 2 birds chasing each other here, and they have like some type of tool, wooden thing that they've tied a heart around it. And you have one over here and one over here, okay? Now, what this is doing to me is drawing my attention to the fact that there is a tie here, okay? So what I spoke about early on when I said that this could be, the connection is there, the chemistry, but something is missing. All right, listen, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm not telling y'all that this is a total bust, but I am telling y'all that this is a misconnection. It's the right person at the wrong time. All right. Now, here's the thing. This person could be a twin flame, which means that this could be about them ascending. This could also be a message for you to get you on the clear path of where you need to be at this time in your life. But this is also about freedom. Okay. And what is more empowering than letting go of a situation that you know in your heart of hearts is not serving you anymore? It's not meeting your needs. It's not giving what you desire for it to give. Wait a minute. Why the trust card just fall out? Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So when you get to the point of letting go, you're trusting that if it's meant for you, it will come back to you. You're trusting that what you're seeing, the things that are calling your attention, is meaningful to you. It's not going away. It means something. That's why it's bothering you. But for some reason or another, we see signs, synchronicities, and we like to refrain from paying attention to it. And what I'm telling you is, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Guides of the hidden realms, what are you trying to reveal to us today? I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. Somebody is struggling with feeling unwanted right now by the person that has their attention. They're not prioritizing you. They're not communicating. They're not keeping their commitments to you. They are just seemingly playing games with you. And it has destroyed your confidence in this connection and in this relationship. If you know what I'm talking about, I want you to put the whining face in the chat. I know how it feels. I know how it feels. Look, y'all, I'm not making this up this morning. Order in the force. This is about cleaning, releasing resentments, and making amends. Okay? The color green is here again. Ironically, the color green, for those of you who may be unaware, the color green is connected to the heart chakra. Okay? This is connected to your heart chakra. This is connected to your expression, stability, your fertility, all of those different things. Okay? It's here. It's here. But what I want to draw your attention to the most is the cleansing, releasing resentments, followed by making amends. Didn't I just tell you when you get to the space of letting it go, you got to trust that if it's for you, it'll come back to you? If you know what I'm talking about this morning, go ahead and put those birds in the chat. Put a bird in the chat. Put a dove in the chat. If you know that you have hit you've run out of jetway. You can no longer sustain going at a rapid pace this way without there being disaster. And Spirit is saying to you today that it's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to let it go. Ascend. Do what you got to do. Move around. Focus on you. Now, I know that ain't never what you want to hear, because I just told y'all, everybody wants love. Everybody wants to be admired. Everybody wants to be appreciated and respected. But at what point do you stop self-deprecating your value for the integrity of the relationship with somebody else who's showing you that they don't want you? Okay? Period. It's that simple. All right? Now, what messages do you have for us? Okay. 2 cards just fell out. Uncertainty is 1. Let me deeply trust. May I live in the now and relax peacefully into the unfolding, knowing all the pieces of the puzzle will fall into place at the right time and not a moment before. Didn't I just say this? Didn't I just say this? Sometimes it's not the wrong person. Sometimes it's just the wrong time. Sometimes the pieces to the puzzle need to come together. Okay, that's just how it is. Balance also fell out. My needs will be met. Okay, change me, divine beloved, into the one who can fully offer my schedule to you so that my life can be in balance. Let me rest whenever necessary, trusting one way or the other that my needs will be met. Aren't we talking about something this morning? If you feel like something is missing in this connection with your person, I want you to go ahead and put the puzzle piece in the chat. If you know in your heart of hearts that something is missing this morning, I want you to put the puzzle in the chat. The puzzle pieces in the chat. Now, what's a sign that this message can be for us? What is a sign that this message is for us? I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. And the crazy part is that you've been wanting to have this conversation with this person for quite some time, and you've been biting your tongue. You've been holding off, just secretly waiting for things to improve, waiting for things to change, for there to be a shift for the positive, and it hasn't happened yet. Okay, it hasn't happened yet. What is a sign that this could be for us? Flamingos. Okay, you might be seeing flamingos everywhere. You might be seeing Flamingo Drive. I know that's a very popular street or name in Vegas, but this is about fun. Okay, and this person's priority is on having fun right now. It is not necessary. And also keep in mind, the color is green here. Now, let me point this out to you, because I don't think that a lot of you guys are aware. When we talk about the heart chakra, there's two colors that are affiliated with the heart chakra. The color green, which deals with how you give and receive love, but the color pink is also for animals, and both of which I have been talking about animals this morning and talking about the heart chakra. And here we are with both these colors, pink and green, here in the chat. Okay, pink and green. All right. Now, as we start to shift to more personal insights and focus on the energies of the people who are potentially involved, I want you to take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Do not overlook a message without considering your placements, okay? I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, all right? So, you will never go down there to the baby Foot Locker and buy a pair of Jordans and put your big overgrown foot in it and expect for it to fit comfortably, okay? So, if the message does not 100% align with you, don't force it, okay? Here we go. If you wish you knew your person wanted you, can you go ahead and put a green heart in the chat? Communicate. Compromise, forgive, work it out. Didn't we talk about making amends, letting it go, and making amends? Didn't we just talk about this? This is about communicating. Harmony. Harmony is the beautiful melody in relationships. Okay, so there has been some type of challenges, some type of obstacles that you're needing to overcome. Okay, it's not that this is the end of the road. You have run out of runway to do what you need to do in this season of your life with this particular person. When we talk about harmony, we talk about that balance. Okay, so balance has already come up. Harmony has already come up. Communication has already come up, and trust has come up as well. The lack of clarity is part of the obstacle that you have to overcome. Somebody feels very distracted, and their lack of attention is very destructive and damaging to the foundation that has already been built. So this is why it's important for you to leave this alone now. Leave it alone now before it falls completely apart. This is almost like playing a game of Jenga, you know, where if you start pulling and it start wiggling, you got to hurry up and pull it out before it fall over. You starting to see the evidence that this situation is starting to do a little shimmy, okay? Leave it alone while you still respect this person. Receive. You are being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These can come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you are worthy of these gifts and open up to them. So this is about you being worthy enough to receive love. Being worthy enough to receive love. If you know that you are worthy of love and you desire that intimate, deep connection with somebody, I want you to write down in the chat, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. Frenemy, fake friends, two-faced, has hidden intentions, okay? So there is somebody here pretending to be somebody that they're not. I don't know who this is. This could be you. This could be the other person. This could be a third-party person. We'll find out more as we continue to go. But somebody is here operating with fake intentions, false narratives. Yeah. All right. What is the T, Spirit? Rejected. Okay. Somebody is feeling very rejected here right now. And or you are starting to reject their offer to come forward to you to love you. All right. You're ready, you're worthy, and you're deserving of love. And when we talk about love, I'm not just talking about what you think love is. I'm talking about the fullness of it, the unconditionalness of it, the forgiveness of it, the constant, I don't want to say back and forth because that's not the appropriate description, but the constant resurgence that comes from love. You get to that point where you're burned out and you get that you become re-energized by it again, and you do it over and over and over again, right? And it feels like right now you're not feeling that resurgence of love. It feels like right now you're experiencing that depletion of love where someone is taking your kindness for weakness, okay? If you know that you are worthy and you are ready to accept and to receive love, that you've been given love and you feel depleted, I want you to put that black heart in the chat right now, because I feel like there is a breaking point that is coming, but it's not really a breaking point. It is a point that is here to thwart you into understanding that your self-love is most important as well. Can't nobody love you better than you. What lies beneath this, Spirit? Fulfilling a fantasy. Okay? Somebody is here trying to fulfill a fantasy of some sort. One way or the other, somebody is here trying to fulfill a fantasy of some sort. Okay? Ooh, the plot just thickens. Didn't I just tell you that I heard the song say, what would you do? Made a move, could have made a move. If I knew I could be with you, it's too late to pursue. I bit my tongue, it's a bad habit. I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Kind of mad I didn't take a stab at it. Thought you were too good for me, my dear. Never gave me the time of day, my dear. It's okay. Things happen for reasons that I think for sure, yeah. I wish I knew I wish you knew you wanted me. So it's possible that either you or this person was somebody that you initially perceived to be out of your league. You initially perceived that this person wouldn't give you the time of day. And they ended up giving it to you temporarily, enough to create this connection, this foundation, but it's still a piece of the puzzle that is missing. Sick and tired, cycles, over it. The decision has been made. Okay, somebody's tired. It could be you or your person, but this has become so exhausting. Just feeling like you're in this holding pattern of going into these foggy moments that don't ever break the daylight. What is the true emotion here, Spirit? Moving on, letting go, loving you, feeling free. All right, feeling free. Moving on, letting go, and feeling free. Told you it's about letting go. What's blocking this situation from growing? Not mixed signals flipping over. All right. Eye candy. Beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. Okay. So this is about recognizing that beauty is fleeting. It's only so much that looks can do for you, because looks are going to change over time. Have y'all ever dated somebody that y'all thought was so fine, and as you got to know them, they wasn't as handsome as you thought they were? Every time you look at the person, you start looking at them and you just be like, you know what?
You're ugly, you're skinny, you're shaped funny.
I mean, for real. You start looking at them real closely, you be like, your left ear bigger than your right ear. Your left nostril shaped funny. You know, you just start really looking at them and you really start to decipher, you know, that this person is imperfect. So the question then becomes, is it love here? All right, is it love here? Go ahead and start dropping those zodiac signs in the chat. I want to know whose business we getting into. Who do you think we're talking about today? It's comforting to know that we have each other's support when it matters. So this person definitely sees you as a friend. Okay? With this yellow rose, this is somebody who definitely sees you as a friend, which is not good because it feels like you've been friend-zoned. All right, whose business are we about to get into today? All right, person A. Person A is moving on, letting go, loving you. They're feeling free, okay? They feel rejected. They're sick and tired of going through the same old over and over again. They are looking for harmony and looking for peace in this connection. And they're willing to receive what the universe has for them in this moment. Meanwhile, person B here needs to learn how to communicate, for one. They're not being exactly who they said that they were. Okay, they're coming in wearing a mask. They're fulfilling a fantasy, which could have been of you, that they had in their mind thinking that you were above their league. They need to understand that looks are fleeting. Looks can be deceptive, okay? But this person does see you as a friend. which is not helpful because it's not confirming romantic interest at all right now. So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to go ahead and put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Go ahead, drop your zodiac signs in the chat because, baby, it's time for us to figure out whose business is this. Whose business are we about to get into? Because I want to know who's feeling like this. All right, Spirit. Who's person A? We got two cards that came flying out, but I'm going to look at this one. Person A is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Where all my fire signs at? If you or your person is a fire sign, go ahead and drop the fire sign in the chat. Fire signs, you're coming in this morning as the 7 of Wands upright. This is challenges, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. Okay, that's very much so descriptive of what's going on with person A right now. Okay, now person B. Who is person B, Spirit? Ooh, y'all, I don't know. Person B is coming in as a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Where are all my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Is my air signs this morning. Where are my air signs this morning? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you are coming in this morning as a con artist, basically. The 7 of Swords, okay? Betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery. Now, let's be clear. When we talk about these signs, the energy can be inverted, okay? So I'm just telling you this to tell a story to y'all so that y'all can follow along with the narrative. But if y'all ready to get into it, I need you to find those magnifying glasses, because it's time for us to zoom in. We listen, we don't judge, but we sure do talk about you to your face. And unless you know what all your placements are, you can't say what it is not for you. All right? So let me see those magnifying glasses, child. Here we go. All right, Spirit, what is going on with my fire and air signs today? Fire and air signs. What's interesting about fire and air signs is that you cannot get fire without air. You got to have air in order to get fire, okay? So again, there is a connection here between the two. All right, person A. Ooh, okay. We got two cards that came out. Now, you may recall in the beginning of this reading, I talked about there being some type of connection here between you and this person. And I said, sometimes it's the right person and it's just the wrong time. If you are in that mindset that you truly believe in your heart of hearts that this is the right person, but this could be the wrong time, can you go ahead and drop a clock in the chat? Just drop the clock, the time, anything that reflects time. And the reason why I say that is because these two cards fell out. Number one, the 2 of Cups, and number 2, the Page of Wands in reverse. All right. And this is why this is problematic. Because the 2 of Cups does represent love and partnerships and all of those things like that. So we do have that energy present here, right? The problem is there's a lack of desire to move forward. And that goes back to talking about person B and all of this, okay? So this is leaving a lot to be desired in this connection, all right? And so it has gotten to the point to where it's so exhaustive that person A has just started to feel like there's no way to move forward in this connection. It feels like it's almost like playing a video game where you know how to get through it, but then you keep getting out at the same doggone point, like you keep striking out. And as frustrating as it is, you keep jumping back into it head first, doing all the right moves, trying to get through until you hit that blocker again. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay? So this is a definite repeated cycle here that we're talking about with this person. I also got the impression just now that person B is also a type of person who is used to having people throw themselves at them. Perhaps they're an athlete, someone who draws a lot of attention, okay? But that's what's there, all right? So person A, what is the person? Okay, person A right now, your present energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you are very disappointed in how things have turned out. You are very disappointed with how things have turned out. This started out strong, started out hot, started out being very inviting, very encouraging. It seemed like it was very promising, only to get to this point again where you keep going through this same old, and then all of a sudden you keep hitting this dead zone. If you know in this connection that you've hit your boiling point with this person, where you're chronically disappointed, chronically feeling dejected and rejected, and feeling like you're just not getting anywhere with this person, can you go ahead and put in a chat for me the sad face? Just put the sad face, because I was thinking about something else and then I couldn't think of it. Go ahead and just put in a sad face. All right, now person B, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that is here. They're coming in as the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay? Which is very interesting, because this person is coming through. I'm going to describe this person to you. You can tell me if I'm spot on or not. This person that you have been dating, like I said, tends to be the type of person who tracks attention no matter where they go. They have ample people who are always flocking to them, always seeking them, always trying to come forward towards them. And this person tends to always get their way with them. What they want from them is the sexual exteriors. They're looking at the surface. They're not looking beyond the surface relationship with these other people. But when it comes to you, there's a lot of deception that is here. And we know that because we got the frenemy, the fake friends, the two-faced with hidden intentions. They're fulfilling the fantasies. They're focused on the eye candies. Okay. So this person is not being authentic or genuine in their motives, in their connection with you. But it also feels like they've hit that boiling point where they have no choice but to come clean and to communicate. Okay? They have no choice. We have gotten to the point now in the relationship and in this connection where you're not feeling the connection, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is at the point where they can no longer sustain. Like I said, you've run out of runway. You guys have been taxiing for as long as you can taxi, and it's nowhere else to go from here. So let me ask you this question. Have you or are you experiencing this similar dynamic in your relationship right now? And let me know how this is working out for you right now. I want you to drop that down in the chat. Have you or are you experiencing this dynamic right now in your relationship, and how did that turn out? Okay. And let me ask you this question as well. Do you feel like you're the leader in this? Do you feel like you're the supporter? Do you feel like you're the challenger or the healer? That's deep. I want you to think about that. Who do you resonate with most? Person A or person B? I just asked y'all a bunch of questions. I said, have you experienced this dynamic in your relationship before? And how did it play out? What do you think your role is? Well, let me rephrase this. Who do you resonate with most importantly? Person A or person B? What do you think your role is in this connection? And how is it playing out for you? That's simple. All right. Now, what is favorable about this connection, Spirit? We got the Knight of Swords here. Okay. This is the Knight of Swords. Prior to now, there was a lot of effort and energy with coming forward. There was a lot of intentionality. This person pursued you a lot. And this person was consistent until they weren't. They were communicative until they weren't. They were pursuing you until they weren't. Okay? And once you got to that point to where you felt like this was that holding pattern, they do enough to get your attention. They do enough to keep your attention. And then when you start to pay them attention, that's when they start doing the same thing over and over again, which puts us back in that circular motion of where you're feeling sick and tired of being sick and tired, because you continuously build yourself up just to get rejected again, just to be let down. It's that chronic disappointment that I talked about just a minute ago. So the question is now, no matter where you fall on the spectrum of person A and person B, what signs have you noticed from the universe that is pointing you in the right direction with this? What signs has Spirit been revealing to you that is showing you one way or the other that something has got to change in this relationship? What has been that sign for you? What has been that sign for you? Now, what is problematic about this connection? And I want you to write that down in the chat. Ain't nobody judging you, boo. What is problematic about this connection is that there is a whole lot of mysteries and hidden dangers that is being hidden from you. There's a lot of things that are being hidden from you when it comes to this person's true motives and true intentions, which goes back to this frenemy thing. I think if you knew this person for who they truly were, you wouldn't have the interest to really be with them, because it's a facade. They're putting on a mask just to mask who they truly are. But if they will communicate and express their needs, I think that there would be a level of understanding. Right person, wrong time. Now, you're probably saying, Mimi, what you mean by that? Well, here it goes. Let me explain it to you. I was having a conversation the other day with a friend of mine about a young lady that they really like a lot. And in this conversation, they were torn between what do they really want in their heart of hearts when it comes to this connection with this person. This person was verging on the side of being an ethically non-monogamous person, which means I'm open, I'm honest about how I'm dealing with other people. It removes the burden of feeling like I'm cheating, but it allows me the freedom to go and to deal with other people, and I still have my situation or my connection with you. Okay. How many of y'all know what ethically non-monogamous means? Go ahead and raise your hand in the chat, right? It's almost like the new wave of dating, right? But the problem in this was he's building up a relationship with this young lady, knowing that her perception of dating is monogamy. Okay. So there's this dichotomy here of where you have somebody who can't control themselves for whatever reason. That's just not who they are. Well, they like to pursue multiple people. And then you got this other person's like, oh no, it got to be me and only me, right? Can you imagine the justification that that puts somebody in? Can you imagine the tension that that brings? Okay, and ironically, that person is a fire sign as well. So what's interesting about this is that the person that's dating them has no clue that they're dealing with, I hate to say it, but the community chest. And I say that in all love, respect, and adoration. That man for the streets. But the interest and the desire is there to build this connection with this other person. Which goes back to what I said in the beginning. Right person, wrong time. There is still some type of fantasy here of being able to smash through anything that they find attractive. And right now, while they still have that connection and that desire to build intimacy with you, it's inauthentic to who they really are. And that's what's causing the struggle. Now, what makes this even more complicated is that if there was an honest conversation had and this person was able to say, you know what, I really like you, I'm really interested in you, but at this time, I don't know who I really am. I don't know what I really want from my life. And either you're going to be patient with me while I figure it out and we could become ethically non-monogamous and we could still build, or I can let this go. And if we reconnect in the future, we reconnect at that time. But right now, it's not the right time for me. And the question here is this similar to the situation that you're in now with this other person? Because there's a lot of things that are going on here that you don't have any awareness of. And Spirit has been loving, guiding, and protecting you enough to keep you from going through the hardships. See, you keep fighting it and keep resisting it because you feel like the connection is there to where it's like, I just got to have this person. I want this person. I need this person. And while that may be true, you're putting yourself in a never-ending cycle of rejection because this person is not ready to accept you into their heart space for who they are, where they are, how they are. If you know that there's a whole lot about this person, or you suspect that there's a lot going on with this person that you don't know nothing about, can you go ahead and put the broken heart emoji in the chat? It feels like there's a barrier here in this connection, which is leaving you questioning if this person even really likes you or not. Going back to the earworm, I wish I knew you wanted me, right? So what is this trying to teach you? If it's yours, you got to let it go. If this is yours, you got to let it go. If this is meant for you, you got to let it go. It's trying to teach you what the true essence of love is. And sometimes love is letting go what you don't want to get what you deserve. Sometimes you got to pressure test your connection with a person and just be like, you know what? If it's for me, it'll be. But I don't have to force it. I don't have to make it difficult. It doesn't have to be this grandiose, drawn out thing. Give people space and you will start to see what they want to do. And if you're not the choice, then it's time for you to make the decision to say, I'd rather be chosen than to be optional.
Get that garbage out of here.
Let me ask you something. If you continuously are experiencing this repeated pattern, what do you feel like will happen if you continue to stay down this path? I want you to think about that and write it down in this chat. What do you think will happen if you continuously go down this path? Do you think you still have the love and respect and admiration for this person? Or do you find yourself getting to the point that if you continue to move down this path, you will become so resentful against this person that you wouldn't even want to speak their name anymore? What do you need to do to heal? We got the King of Swords here in reverse. Okay? This is about you accepting the fact that this person has been deceitful towards you. And I know that this is not what you want to hear. You've been ignoring all the signs this whole while. You haven't wanted to be honest with yourself about it. You wanted to believe the fantasy that this person was who they said that they were. You wanted to believe the fantasy that they were really busy. They honestly just forgot. You've told yourself a lot of lies trying to protect yourself from feeling the same way you're feeling now as you would if you just knew the truth and accepted the truth for what it was.
I'm just not ready for all of this. It's just...
Let me tell you something. Nobody can lie to you better than you. And let's just be honest. If you know good and doggone well that you've been lying to yourself right now, I just want you to go ahead and raise the hand in the chat. Just go ahead and tell the truth and shame the devil. If you know that you've been lying to yourself about this connection because you're fearful about what will happen if you let it go, I want you just to raise your hand in the chat. Just tell the truth. Ain't nobody judging you. Just raise your hand in the chat.
You ain't lying.
What if I told you the spirit is telling you today, it's time for you to let it go? Let it go. Let that person go. Let them grow. Let this evolve. It's not if they come back. It's when they come back. When they come back. Are you going to be ready to receive them just the way that they're going to be ready to receive you when they come back? I done told y'all this is a soulmate connection.
God did.
It ain't going nowhere. What is meant for you will be meant for you. So what do you need to do? The question is, why don't you believe it? Why don't you believe that this person is for you? That's the question. I said, why don't you believe it? And guess what just popped out? The Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. I want you to write down in the chat, what do you think that means? What do you think the Queen of Wands with the King of Pentacles mean? When I ask the question, why don't you believe it? I want you to write down in the chat, what do you think the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles means here? Or yeah, the King of Pentacles means here. I want you to write it down in the chat. I'm going to hold these cards out. Why don't you believe it? Write that down in the chat. What do you need to do? If this ain't coming through this morning with some hot grease, okay? What do you need to do? Spirit said it's time for you to walk away and end this cycle. Stop doing this to yourself. Stop doing this to yourself. Spirit says stop doing this to yourself. It's time for you to walk away. You've taken so many stabs in the back. Remember I asked you, why don't you believe it? Why don't you believe that this person is meant for you? Why don't you believe that this person is a soulmate? You know why you don't believe it? Because they've corroded your confidence. They've destroyed your trust. They made you feel so less than. If you really truly be honest with your feelings and the amount of sadness that you have experienced in this connection, it's very difficult and very challenging for you to believe that this person is truly a soulmate that will return to you in the future.
I am disgusted.
You can't believe it. You have waited all this time for this person to come forward and to render their raw and unfiltered emotions. And they have fought you with stubbornness at every nick and turn of this relationship. And you have gotten to the point where you just like, I don't understand what this is about, but I just cannot do this anymore.
What the fuck was that?
Alexa, turn back on living room light. You've gotten to the point where you feel like I've gotten through this long enough to know that I'm at the point of no return. And I'm willing to admit to myself that it's been all a lie. It's been all a game. It's been all a gimmick. It's been all a dream, a nice fantasy, nice try. I see you for who you are. And what you're offering me is not God's best.
All a bunch of bullshit.
It's not. Child, what did I just say? We got the Lovers in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's why you don't believe it. They've killed your confidence. They kept doing the same skit over and over again. Continuously playing these games, manipulating you, making you feel like you got a chance when you don't have a chance right now. So let me ask you a question. What is one mindset shift that you can give yourself today that will empower you to leave this situation alone? What is one thing that you can do today that will shift how you perceive things? What's that one thing that you can do today? Well, what's that one thing? And I want you to write it down in the chat. What is that something that you can do that's going to change this outcome here? This person is about living their best life. They having fun right now. They're enjoying their youth. Whatever that looks like for them. But the person that you think they are right now is not the person that they really truly are. And what I'm also getting with this is that as they get older and they mature, you will start to see the real version of them for who they are and who they've always should have been. There's an immaturity here. There is such an immaturity here.
Goodbye.
This person is not ready. They're afraid of what being committed means.
One more clot.
And I think that you have misunderstood their intentions here. Because this person is always in a relationship with somebody. But just because they're in a relationship with somebody doesn't mean that they're in a relationship with somebody. Some people just gotta have somebody. Just to have somebody. Don't mean that they faithful.
I'm in pain all the time.
Don't mean that they loyal. Don't mean that they're in connection and compatible with the people that they're with. They just with them because it looks good. Some people just can't be by themselves. The Six of Pentacles is here. It's time for you to receive better quality energy from the universe. This person has depleted you and sucked you dry. This person has pulled on your heartstrings so much so that you're holding on by a spider web. Questioning yourself, questioning your integrity, questioning your sanity. Like you're subliminally being gaslit into thinking that you are the problem. You are not the problem.
Oh my God!
You are not the problem. You got a person that is here who is unwilling to grow up. And they got to reckon with their own bad choices and poor decisions. If we're being totally honest here, it is explicitly clear that this person needs to go ahead and grow. But they're not willing to do that right now because life has got to teach them some lessons. Now, you may ask yourself, what lessons? Well, here's the thing. This ain't your karma to sort out. This is not your karma or your life lessons to figure out what lessons they got to learn. You didn't plant them seeds. You didn't do those deeds. You didn't tell those lies. You didn't manipulate people. They did. They did. They did it to you, and they're doing it to other people, as they have done before in the past. Why would you want to be around somebody when the reckoning is coming for them? Why would you want to be around somebody when spirit is coming to deal with them and to set them straight? Why would you want to be around somebody when they about to go through their low point that ain't got nothing to do with you?
Hey, Sue, your rent Sue, motherfucker!
Now you understand why it's important for you to let this go? Are you now understanding why they need to get away from you so that they can grow and become? Everything that they put out there is coming back to them. Similarly, everything that you've put out there is coming back to you. That's why we got the receive card here. It's time for you to receive the goodness of your heart's intentions, the seeds that you have sown. It's time for you to get that back. And it's time for them to have to deal with the things that they've done in their lifetime. They got to get dealt with. Because they don't even know just how much damage they have done to the people in their lives. Because they've been living a lie themselves. They told you a lie, you believed it. They told everybody else a lie, they believed it. They believe in their own lies. What did I just say? I said, can't nobody lie to you better than you. So you're in this situation because you believe the lie, and everybody else is in this situation because they believe the lie.
Oh, hell no!
But what do I tell y'all all the time? It's 3 things that cannot be hidden for long. The sun, the moon, and then the truth. So not only does this person need to come and be honest with you, this person needs to go back and fix and learn everything else that they need to learn. Because they can never be right. They can never be whole. They can never be the person that they can potentially be and need to be under these circumstances. Everything about them has had a false motive. Why would you want to be in a relationship with somebody who's luring you in under false pretenses?
I can explain.
You need more than an apology, boo. You need more than change behavior.
I want to apologize.
You need more than incremental improvement. And for some reason or another, this person is just not ready right now. And that's fine that they're not ready. It's time for you to put on your confidence. It's time for you to get some pep in your step. And it's time for you to let it go as if it's never coming back. Because you deserve that. What they've been giving you all this time ain't equated to 3 bananas in the African village after a soccer race.
I guess we'll never know.
Or a soccer match, right? But I'm telling you that this person is somebody who is going to spin the block. They will come back to you. It might be 2,000 years later, but they're going to come back to you. But the question is, why do you want them now? Knowing this. Run it back and be honest with yourself. Why do you want them now? Knowing that they're being destructive and damaging and tarnishing their image in your mind. You don't want them like that. And you know you don't. What did I say about karma? What did I just say about karma? Get out the way. Get out the way. Let spirit deal with them. If you heard me say that, I want you to put the scales in the chat. If you literally just heard me say, spirit got to deal with them. And you don't want no parts of their karma.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. The 6 of Wands in reverse. Baby. When spirit get a hold of this person and get to them like they really want to get to them, honey.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Baby. You remember all them skeletons in the closet, all them lies, all that deceit, all that trickery, all that buffoonery, all them games you've been playing? Every seed and every deed and every just bad everything that they've put out there in the universe is coming back for them. Do you hear me? Hear me when I say every negative seed that this person has planted is coming back for them. And you need to get your tail on up out the way.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
When I tell you, spirit is trying to move you out of the way to protect you from this person. And you are so stubborn. You are sitting up here holding on to it for dear life. Letting this person drag you. You keep on standing close by. You're going to get struck by lightning too. That's what spirit is telling you today. Leave it alone. Let it go. Let it become what it needs to become when it needs to become.
But stop holding on to this.
I just want my baby.
Because you're sitting up here holding on to something that is not meant for you. You holding on to it. And you the one that's taking all the L's voluntarily. This ain't your child. This ain't your pet project. If this person want to go through life being a fake, phony, and a fraud, being deceptive, being untrustworthy, being somebody that you don't believe nothing that they say. I mean, this person is coming through as a liar. Do you hear me? A straight up liar. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Not being, I mean, like, I'm just telling you what the energies say. Now, you could be this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in this. Or you can be the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius dealing with this person that's the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they the liar. Right? But I am telling you, nothing about this person is authentic.
I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
They not real. Okay, I'm telling you, they're not real. Everything that they told you has been a lie. Everything. And if you be honest with yourself, you would agree. If you know this person has been lying to you the whole entire time about their capabilities, their limitations, their boundaries, their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, their nuances, the complexities. If you know that they have been lying to you, put the Pinocchio in the chat.
Stop it. What?
If you know this person has been lying to you, go ahead and put the Pinocchio in the chat. Because at this point, you can almost predict their lies. And here we go with the Queen of Wands. This is why you don't have confidence in it. This is why I go back to, why don't you believe? You've been waiting all this time for something to change, something to shift, for something to improve. Only for nothing to happen.
You got mail.
What is holding you here? What is keeping you captive here?
Bruh.
Be honest with yourself. What is keeping you bound to this situation? Jackie says love. Okay? Like, but love is also letting go. Love is also walking away. I told you that this person is your person, but now is not the time for this person to be your person. They got to go through some things in life that's going to nourish their soul in ways that it cannot be nourished and developed underneath your care.
Fuck them kids.
You cannot do this. This is not your job. This is not your burden to carry this. It's time for this person to get developed in a way that spirit could only develop a person through hardship and karma. It's called life.
Clown.
It's called life. And I'm telling you that you got to move around from this person before you get caught up in some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. And the more that you stay holding on to this, the more you're going to start to embrace karma that ain't for you. Who want to deal with extra bullshit that don't belong to them? Life is hard enough. We want to be taking on extra challenges and obstacles. Don't nobody want to deal with no extra malarkey. I sure don't. Everybody watching this currently and in the future got their own amount of BS that you got to deal with on a day-to-day basis, just being you. Nobody can help you with that. Nobody can help you deal with your coworkers on your job. Nobody can help you deal with your kids the way that you got to deal with your kids, even if you do got another person that's there. Certain things just belong to you. Can't nobody wear your drawers with you at the same time. Only you can wear them drawers. What I'm trying to say to you is sometimes there is some things that only you can deal with and nobody can help you with. And it's time for them to change their drawers. Because they have, I hate to say it, but I can only tell you the way that I can tell it to you. It's time for them to go change their drawers because they done in their pants. And now it's time for them to have to deal with the outcome of what's happened here. But they can't do that with their dignity because you standing in the way. It's time for you to move around so that they can go deal with themselves the way that they need to deal with themselves to learn, to grow, to change, to evolve and become. And when they decent again, they'll come back. And here we are with this Ace of Wands. Y'all see those two birds again? Remember we was talking about the two birds in the beginning of this reading? It's two birds here again. You gotta plant the seeds that you want to have nourished. Plant the seeds that you want to see evolve and come. But you can't do that if you holding on to something that don't belong to you. We all want love. We all want all those different things. We talked about it. And you're not wrong for wanting what you want. But you are wrong for asking somebody to be something that they're ill prepared to be. It is beyond the pale, and you are setting a person up for failure as much as you are yourself. It's a disservice to you if you don't recognize and accept their limitations. You keep asking for this person to be somebody that they not. Not only are they embarrassing you, but you embarrassing yourself.
Embarrassing.
If you won't change, then you have to enable change. If you won't change, you got to be willing to accept said change. And you cannot accept said change if you keep accepting and tolerating the same things over and over again. ask you this question. How does it feel to have been ready all this time only to be met with nothing?
2,000 years later.
How does it make you feel? If you're not getting the best of the best that you deserve, it's time to let this go. Let it go. Stop asking all these questions, thinking that you're the problem. Accept the fact that you're not the problem, it's them.
What more do you want from me?
Accept the fact that you have given everything that you can give. You have been everything that you can be. You have done everything that you can do. If this person is still showing up and is haphazard, lukewarm, unsure, uncertain energy, why do you keep thinking that this is okay?
Who gives a shit?
It's time for you to walk away. It's time for you to walk away. Now, if you want to see how this potential final outcome happens, I want you to put those paper, pen, and notebook emojis in the chat. Paper, pen, and notebook emojis in the chat. So I'm about to get to it and tell you. Paper, pen, and notebook emojis. Because I done told you what I got to tell you. But if you don't believe me, we're going to find out how this story ends. Here we go. Now, as we talk about the potential final outcome, I say potential because nobody can predict free will. I can only tell you what the energy is showing me and what spirit is sharing with me. But you can take this information and do whatever you want to do with it. You can take this message and be like, girl, I know you talking crazy.
Child. Anyway, so.
And you can continue to go down this path and let this person continue to do the things that they're doing to you, because that makes you feel like that you're winning because you know where they are. Or you could take this information and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay? You could be at the point where you just like, you know what? It's nothing you can say to me anymore.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
So what's the potential final outcome here? What's going to happen when this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius walks away from this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? What's going to happen when this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius walks away from this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Woo! Listen, this is when you start winning. The question was, what's going to happen when you walk away? They're going to feel like they lost everything. The minute you walk away and take your power back, it's going to be the time where they start to feel like they really finally lost something. Now you understand why I'm telling you it's mission critical that you move away from this situation and leave this person alone. They can't miss you if you're still there. They can't miss you if you're still accessible. They can't miss you if you calling them every 10 minutes. Let them call you and your number be blocked. Or they're...
The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Let them call. And let their number be blocked. Let them call and you don't text you and you don't get they don't get a response. Let them call. Let them reach out. Let them stalk you on social media. Live your best life. Let them sit at home and cry their eyeballs out. Like you've been crying your eyeballs out this whole time.
Oh my God, my Sheila, my Sheila.
Let them go through it. Because what did I tell you? This ain't your karma. This ain't your karma. This ain't your plate. This ain't your issue.
Ask Hat.
This ain't got nothing to do with you. What's going to happen when you walk away? They're going to finally realize that they messed up. They finally going to realize that the one thing that was true, the one thing that was favorable, the one thing that gave them the satisfaction that they need to survive is the one thing that they betrayed and messed up.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
They can't do that if you there. They can't learn if you still holding on.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
They can't. This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius gotta learn. Got to learn. Can't learn the lesson if you giving them the instructions. This is a test that they gotta pass. It ain't your job to be the teacher. It ain't your job to be the tutor. Ain't none of this got anything to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You got to have a difficult conversation that you don't want to have. And for some of you, the conversation has already been had. You just got to disappear.
I'm not afraid to say it.
What did I tell y'all? When you let it go, it'll come back to you. I'm not telling you what's going to come back today. I'm not telling you what's going to come back tomorrow. I'm not telling you it's going to come back next week or next month or even next year. But I'm telling you, because there is a polarizing duality that is here, this soulmate connection is here. It's been confirmed several times during this reading. It's not going anywhere. Time has got to happen to develop this person for who they need to be and who they need to become.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
But you sitting up here just acting like you don't believe it. So you don't want to leave it alone. You don't want to let it go. God gonna make you.
Completely not true.
They're gonna keep dragging you. They're gonna keep on disrespecting you. They're gonna keep on embarrassing you. They're gonna keep on humiliating you. They're gonna keep on playing you until you get tired of being played. Ain't you tired? once this comes to the end that it needs to come to and they go through their thing and they evolve, that's when they're going to go through the true change and transformation that they need to go through in order so that they can become their best selves for you. Baby, I can't make this up. At the bottom of the deck, you got the Moon card in reverse. Again. It is a whole lot of things that got to be dealt with when it comes to this person that you don't know nothing about. And trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Close your eyes. Close your mouth. Close your legs. And get on out the way.
Denied.
It's a whole lot going on here that you don't know nothing about. All the other hearts that they done broke. All the other lies that they done told. All the other everything that's got to be reckoned with. They got to go through their skit. They got to go through whatever it is that they got to go through. And they can't do it if you all up in their way. Leave these people alone so that spirit can deal with them.
What the f*** this cannot be?
Let spirit deal with them. If they meant to be your man, your man, your man, your man, your girl, your girl, your girl, your girl, leave them alone and see what kind of changes you will truly see when you leave them alone. You're not going to see the change if you keep on keeping on. Angels, what messages do you have for this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay? Leave this person alone. Let them go through what they got to go through so they can come back to you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. Romeo and Juliet. What messages or advice do you have for this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Jackie said, I'm lost without her though. And what I'm going to tell you is it's okay to be lost. Get curious in your wilderness. Find out what life is like with or without a person if you don't give them space and time to evolve. They got to go through their skit. They got to go through their karma. They got to go deal with whatever they got to deal with. You let go. You go on. You evolve. You become who you supposed to become. Get curious about the things that you always wanted to be invested in that you couldn't be invested in because you too overly invested in them.
What?
I never said that this person was not your person. I said this is not the time for this person. Understand that. You're trying to force something to be that is not meant to be in this season of your life. It's almost like going to the store to buy fresh strawberries in the middle of December, knowing that they ain't going to be sweet. So you'd rather settle for some genetically modified strawberries that ain't got no taste to it than to wait for the appropriate season to come and to really truly experience the fullness of the harvest that is meant for you at that time. Leave this person alone and let them grow. Let them deal with their stuff. Let justice come. Let the truth come out. Because if you truly knew who this person was right here, right now, and how much of a mess they are, you won't want them anyway. You only being deceived. Appointment, engagement, marriage, proposal. Didn't I tell you this person is coming back? They ain't gonna do none of this stuff right now because they can't. Even if you are married to him now. You married, but your person single. Can't nobody lie to you better than you lie to yourself.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here, and I know that it's not.
How do you sit here and fix your mouth to say that you love yourself, but you don't love yourself enough to let go of somebody in their dysfunction? How do you sit here and say, I love myself, I care for myself, I go to the gym 5 days a week, I eat all the healthiest of foods, I don't do this, I don't do that? You doing all of this just to go back to this person over here that's stressing you out, stringing you along, dogging you out, making you feel like the bottom of gum stuck to somebody's shoe in the summertime. But you keep going back.
I can smell it. I can smell it. Anybody come in here having used crack, I can smell it.
Why? Spirit, what is the naked truth here about this connection? What is the naked truth about this? Whew. Truth is, I am in love with you. Well, we know that. We know that. Truth is, I am in love with you. Spirit, what's the naked truth for this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? You know what? I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I was hiding my true feelings from you because I was scared of commitment and I did not want to lose my freedom. Ain't that everything we've been talking about this morning? Ain't that everything that we've been talking about this morning? But you still holding on though. What other sign are you waiting for? Spirit, what is some shadow work that this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius need to work on right now during this time? Harmony cannot be in place without balance. Resistance. Go with the flow and be open to life's changes. This is about you overcoming opposition, refusal, and being in denial. Ain't that everything we've been talking about this morning, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Ain't that everything that we've been talking about? Spirit, what shadow work should this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius be working on at this time? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Desire. Harness its power to manifest dreams, not delusions. This is about you longing, yearning, and craving. Okay? Goes back to the desires. Going after everything because you can. Everything that's good, that look good, ain't good. You over here chasing hot coochies.
And it stunk so bad.
Just because she fine don't mean the goods is good.
Wasn't good.
So the question then becomes, Spirit, when can we expect for this relationship to abound and make amends? If this person lets go of this person right now, if this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius leaves this Aries, not it's time to take a break just fell out. As I was literally saying that, it's time to take a break just fell out. When can we expect for this relationship to make amends? Timing. Okay. Now this is interesting. We got next couple of days. So over the next couple of days, it's going to be time for you to take a break. Something's going to happen in the next couple of days that is going to reaffirm to you that it's time to let this go.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
When can we expect for things to improve? Okay, Spirit is saying go to this other deck. Over the next couple of days, when can we expect for this to be time to take a break? Give us a clue over the next couple of days when it's going to be time to take a break. Woo. In May. Okay, we still in the month of May. Today is Sunday, May 25th. Rest in peace to my grandfather. This was his birthday. So in the next couple of days, don't May have 31 days this year, this month? The number 31 is here. Is it 31 days? Somebody tell me in the chat if it's 31 days in May. Okay. In May, what? Okay. For some of you, depending on where you are in this earth, in this planet, in this country, some of y'all may be already experiencing summer. I know we are here in Atlanta. Boy, it's been hot, child. You look up, it's 100 degrees on the dash. Okay. So it's going to be a hot day. That's where I'm going with that. It's going to be a hot day when you have the inkling that it's time for you to leave this alone. So it's going to be this month within the next 5 days, and you're going to know it because it's going to be a very hot day. It's going to feel like summer. All right. Now, when can we expect for this to course correct? Indecision is causing delays. Okay. So you not leaving this alone is causing delays. That's what I've been telling y'all all this time. Spirit, give me a time frame in the future of when we can expect for things to get back on course. Spirit playing games this morning. He said, it is worth the time. Which I know. I told y'all to move it around and leave this thing alone. But we want to know. Give us a time frame. Spirit, stop playing with us. Jeez. 2 cards fell out then. October. So the next couple of months, how many months is October from now? What's interesting is we have Gemini, which is May going into June. We have October, which is Libra season. Okay. So I'm expecting within the next 5 months, it literally, because today's the 25th, around October 24th, you will start to see some type of shift in their behavior. So you need to leave them alone for the next couple of months, okay? Will it be this year, Spirit? Actually, let me switch these cards. And let me ask this question, this yes or no question. Will it be October of 2025, of October, or another year? Will it be October of 2025 or another October? Give me a clear yes or no. It will be October of this year. Okay. But I got the 10 of Cups in reverse, which speaks to shattered dreams, a broken family, domestic disharmony, disconnection, misalignment, values, and struggling relationships. So there you have it, folks. You got to leave this alone. You got to walk away from this person. You got to move yourself out the way. I know that ain't what you want to hear, and I don't want to say it, but that's what Spirit is saying today. And Spirit has been very clear and very transparent and very direct in that message. There's nothing you can misconstrue about what I said to you this morning. All right. So tell me, how does this outcome align with what you were expecting? Does it bring you relief, excitement, hesitation? Is it giving you confirmation? Let me know. And if you could rewrite this outcome, what would it look like for you? All right. Now, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Pisces Tarot Experience. If you've enjoyed this reading, don't forget to subscribe and become a part of my growing community on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer, and keep an eye out for even more engaging content coming your way. Remember, this reading is here for you whenever you need a little bit of guidance. So feel free to save it and replay it at any point in time. I love to hear from you and to hear your thoughts. So drop a comment in the section below and let me know what resonated with you. And if you've enjoyed today's session, show me some love and give me a thumbs up. If you would like to do a personal reading with me, I am booking at PiscesTarot.com. PiscesTarot.com. So please don't hesitate to reach out. At this time, it is important to let you know I will never solicit you to do a reading. These fake phonies and frauds, they out here scamming people. I'm telling you right here, right now, it is not me reaching out to you. The only way I book appointments for readings is through my website at PiscesTarot.com. And you need to reserve your appointment while spaces are available because time is limited, okay? I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who joined the conversation today, and a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much to all the people who have gifted me not only your time, your talent, but your treasure, okay? Now listen, everybody is dealing with a battle that you cannot see. So be kind, patient, and gentle with others and yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. So leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today, and I will see you next time. Bye.